In the lead up to the session, we've been reaching out to some of the people who could influence what comes out of the Capitol. We asked about what they see as priorities. Their answers give perspective about the potential path this session.
Well, the number one issue we have is the border security. And a lot of that is going to go away because President Trump is in office now. So we still want to have a border force for state of Texas because we don't know what's going to happen over the next 20 years. So we could have another Democrat president who is going to open the border wide open again. So we want to have a border security force just for state of Texas. That's a number one issue. We have electric grid problems. We wanted to strengthen our grid. We want to have no taxpayer funded lobbying. We've added protection of life is as a priority, added school choice as a priority, property tax reform as another priority. So we have technically 11 items that we are going to be focused on during the session, and it starts with the border security, election integrity, all the way down to property tax reform.
Well, it is just unaffordable to live in the state of Texas. I'm going to be focused on lowering property taxes by fully funding our schools. I'm going to continue my work decreasing the cost of prescription drugs like insulin. I'm also going to work across the aisle with my Republican colleagues to try to lower the cost of housing in this state, to make it possible for more Texans to achieve their version of the American dream. I think that's what Texans, whether they're Democrats or Republicans or independents, want us to focus on. Not culture war issues, not voucher scams because some billionaire from Pennsylvania is asking us to pass it. They want Republicans and Democrats to come together and figure out how to lower costs and make it affordable to live in this state once again.
From my district in Senate District 4, the North Houston suburbs around the east side of Houston to the Ship Channel and the coast and to the Louisiana border from there, they're very, very concerned about continuing our efforts to bring true appraisal reform. Constantly rising appraisals on homes and businesses are choking the property taxpayer in Texas, and I'm hearing more than ever the rising cost of insurance is causing an incredible amount of pressure on our property owners. And so I'll be asking Governor Abbott to include insurance reform as an emergency item this session, and we'll be continuing our efforts to bring appraisal reform through these specific bills so that we continue not only to be the best state in the nation to start a business, but also the best state in the nation to own property.
Look, you have an R behind your name, we have a D behind our name, but our people are the same. Poor people are poor people. The working class are the working class. We need to stick together. What unites us, there's more that unites us than divides us. And we can't, like those little red meat social issues or those cultural issues, culture war issues, we gotta stop fighting those. Mm-hmm. Those don't help anybody except the extreme right. Let's work together to make Texas a better place for all people. Let's work together to make sure that we increase wages, that we reduce housing costs, we reduce food costs, and all these things that are just slowly just killing us.
Perhaps the most important list of priorities will come from Governor Greg Abbott. He'll announce his list of emergency items by early February. Lawmakers can immediately vote on bills related to those emergency items. Other items have to wait until after the first 60 days of the session. He's in charge of the estimate of how much money lawmakers will have to spend when they make the next state budget. We get his perspective on the key takeaways and his recommendations for what the state should do with that funding. From bills preventing crashes into hospitals to systems that would better track truant students and cosmetic procedure regulations, our investigations are making an impact. We look at how our reporting could push Texas lawmakers to make changes.